Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, it's just us this week. So we're back. Plenty to talk about. We're going to skip through Checked Out. I don't have anything for Checked Out, do you?
I saw in Endgame.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Let's talk about Endgame, actually, before we get into any of that. But no science and tech and no stupid tech this week. So we're getting right into all the news and the question of the week responses. And, of course, What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD. All right, so, Terrence, you did see Endgame.
Yes.
You were not here for our spoiler talk. No. So do you want to talk a little bit of spoilers so I can give people warning?
I mean, that's fine.
Okay, so warning, if you have not seen Endgame, this is going to be a spoiler conversation, so you can kind of fast forward a little bit. All right, your thoughts on Endgame overall?
It was awesome. Like it was great. It came to a fitting conclusion with the person. If they were going to take someone out, it made sense that it was Tony. Made perfect sense that it was him. Like, he bookended the series. He bookended the entire experiment, as Michael would call it.
Yeah.
And it was great. There were sequences that, like, again, y'all know me by now. I don't get excited about a lot at all, really. But when Cap grabbed that fucking hammer, that shit was amazing.
Did you see that coming at all?
No.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
But they planted those seeds. Well, they planted that one seed back in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
When he slightly picked it up and Thor was like, fuck you, nigga.
I love that micro expression, like, whoa, slow down.
I don't like that at all. But no, when he, like, not only when he picked it up, I'm like, yo, that's really dope. But then he started, like, doing combos with it and shit.
Yeah,
like,
that was
bouncing it off the shield and shit. Like, this might be the greatest action sequence I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I don't think it is, but it was so good.
I still need to see it again because, like, I feel like I missed so much
because you were
in the hype.
So hyped.
Yeah,
when it happened. The ending, that last 35, 40 minutes was just insane.
It's pretty bonkers.
But prior to that, like, essentially it was a character piece. Like, for the first 2 hours of the movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a character piece / heist movie / action. It was a bunch of different genres rolled into one, and they nailed it. Like, all of the characters had their own, like, emotional sections.
Right.
Like, that part with Tony and his father, I'm like...
Yeah, it worked. Yeah. That was the part where people were like, no, you can go to the bathroom. I was like...
What's wrong with you? You don't have no souls.
No, like, that literally is the key to the ending of that movie.
The sequence in Vormir?
Yeah, Vormir.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't see that coming.
I did not. I
don't think anybody saw that coming when they were, like, fighting to sacrifice themselves.
Right. Some people say, well, when they headed off to Vormir, they figured somebody was going to die. And I guess I was just so wrapped up in the story.
Right.
Like, I just wasn't thinking
no one told them, like, hey.
But no one knew. Like, that's the thing that people forget. Thanos and
Nebula
Gamora
knew.
No, she only knows, well, you got to remember, she only knows that Nebula did, or that Gamora didn't come back. She doesn't know how you get the soul, so she didn't know anything.
She was like, no, but she said, I thought she knew that's how. Like, they went to Vormir, Nebula didn't come back. And she was dead.
Yeah, but they don't know that
he didn't know
he
launched her off a cliff. But wait.
Nobody.
Because later on in the in Endgame, she basically says, what happened? Gamora asks Nebula, like, what happened? How did you get the stone? And I'm assuming she kind of told him, like, yeah, he threw your ass off a cliff, my nigga. I'm like, oh. Yeah. So I think she had an inkling of what has to be done, but she's the only one. She ain't throw that information out to them. And they were like, wait, what? Huh. But I guess some people are mad that it was her, but, like,
I'm not.
Her.
No, I don't mean that negatively. I just thought it was a great scene. It just was.
When you think about it, like, it had to be her. Like, she had no other family except for the Avengers. Like, Clint has a whole ass family that he's got to go back to. I mean, like, granted, he wasn't in for, like, a bunch of the movies, and she was, like, a focus on a lot of the movies, but he's got a family, yeah.
Right.
And her family was like, I'm part of the Avengers. If I go, y'all can still go on.
Right. But also, the whole idea, like, it was a fitting end to her. This is actually the most people have talked about this scene, which I think is good. But, like, it's a fitting end to her character for a number of reasons. Like, a big line from her in the initial Avengers is this whole, like, I've got I've got red in my ledger and I'm trying to clear it. Like nothing clears all the damage that you have done across the world than to literally sacrifice yourself for the universe. Right? Like that's an ultimate sort of redemption moment. But it's also like her, like the idea of her killing herself or sacrificing herself also plays in a weird fan sort of situation because everyone's like, why is she even there? She's got like a Glock. And like, she gonna do
against us? And everybody was saying that, like, but now that she did it, y'all mad? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, she did something that literally they could not have beaten Thanos.
And she was part of the catalyst as to having him defeated.
Right.
Like without her sacrificing herself, they wouldn't have got the Soul Stone.
Yeah. So it's just kind of one of those things like, okay, she doesn't have a handgun, so what does she do? She literally sacrifices herself. Yeah. And also, like I kept saying that nobody saw it coming. When I say that, I mean before the movie started. Like I never saw any theory, oh, she's going to die. No, you didn't know. Because she has a movie coming out. No one thought, like, oh, of course, she's going to survive. It's clearly a prequel. Like, yeah, people are like, she's going to come back. Nah, yo, that's a prequel, dude. They're going to give her one last awesome prequel and let her go out in style. Right. That's clearly what the move is. So, but I thought it was a big deal. That was a super big deal.
And then and Hulk just walking around as a green dude. I was like, yeah, that part. I'm like
dabbing in a diner and shit.
Didn't see that coming.
No,
they kept that close to the vest.
Yeah, some people had a theory about that. I wasn't sure. Like I was just kind of like, okay, maybe. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, but the way they did it was great. Like. They cut dude's head off within 10 minutes of the movie starting. Dude. And then 5 years later, I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, okay. that threw, when we saw it, that threw people off. They were like, wait, what? Yeah.
Cut to Captain America talking to one of the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
And
which was a powerful scene.
Which was cool because he was playing a gay dude.
Yeah. People had a problem with that.
They did?
Yeah.
Why? They should have got a real gay person. Is he gay? I don't even know.
Yeah, he was. Well, no, in real life? No, I don't think so.
Not? Oh, okay.
No, but no, I saw the controversy was that Marvel's first openly gay character is not a superhero. But I was like, but the point of the scene was to show like that everyone equally is suffering from this. Like it's not just straight people. It's not just superheroes. It's everyone. Like that was the point of the character. Also, they've already said that they're making Eternals. The lead is going to be an openly gay superhero. So I'm not really sure. Like why
I don't know what
matters.
people want anymore. I don't like the internet.
No,
I mean I like you guys listen and wasn't watching this, but like as a whole, y'all suck.
Yeah,
like for real. You can't just.
I feel like people don't know how to enjoy things anymore.
I don't. Yeah. I don't get it.
I think it feels like clever to be like, I didn't like this thing that everyone likes.
But that's been a thing for like the last 10 years at this point.
I know. It's annoying.
It's really bothersome. It bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Man. It's such a great movie. Like I've seen the think pieces about certain characters and shit like that. I'm like, look, somebody put the think piece about Captain Marvel. About how she was worthless. Like she's been in one movie. And yeah, if she like use her full power set, she could have just wiped the whole fucking the whole battlefield herself. But you can't do that because that's boring.
Yeah, I know.
My thing about Captain Marvel is like, as y'all know already, I don't like the character. Like I don't know if it's her portrayal of the character. Like I know she's supposed to be like the no nonsense badass woman, and that's fine. But there's just something about Brie Larson that I don't like. Like I don't know what it is.
You know what I think it is? I think it is the idea of like she seemingly is kind of detached. Like she has like where Captain America seems more. Right, because she's clearly going to be kind of into that zone, right? Like where Captain America is this much like he's this man at a time, but he's also like this hyper goody good guy, right? And he's like he's just a good dude trying to do good shit, like in a bad situation. She is very much a military no nonsense kind of person. What will be interesting is how they formulate her character, how they move her, right? Like. You can't make her cold like that the whole time. Yeah, she's got to warm up.
She can't be that character throughout however long her run is going to be in the MCU because like it doesn't work. Some people love it and that's fine, but like it's going to be like, all right, can you tell a joke? Please, at some point.
Right.
Like, I know there are some really serious characters, but like, it's
even in this universe, they're not.
Yeah,
there
not
aren't any really.
God damn, like.
Well,
like,
you know who the only serious character really is, and people don't really talk about it just because he hasn't been in a lot of things. Strange is like that. Strange is like pretty fucking straight.
He is.
He's really super straight laced. You're like, what's wrong with you? Like, relax.
But he's a fucking smartass.
Yeah, he has a snark to him.
He's straight laced, but he's still similar to Tony Stark. He's just not as snarky.
Yeah, not as snarky.
Yeah,
I don't need Captain Marvel to be as snarky.
No, I don't need that, but
I want her to move maybe closer to what Chris Evans portrayed Captain America as, right?
Yeah,
very no nonsense, but like even in this movie, like if you watch Captain America, you can watch him over the course of the MCU. He loosens up over time, and I
really hope that that's what happens with Captain Marvel.
Right, and I think maybe that I don't know that that's their plan, but I'd like to think that that's their plan because I mean, even in Endgame, Captain America the First Avenger would never have said as after he knocked himself out in
that is America.
That is America's ass. Like he would never say that. He would never say it, considering him saying language in Age of Ultron. So like you watched him progress as like getting him more loose and like with the times, right? So
that was a great scene, by the way. He's like, I could do this all day. It's like,
I know.
God damn. He's like, is that what I sound like? Shit. What about people get on my goddamn?
Yeah, right, exactly. But somebody, what was it? Kermod, I can't remember his first name. I think it's Mark Kermod. He's a reviewer for BBC. If you've never watched his reviews on YouTube, he's very good. He's a super smart guy, and he's this older British guy, but he's not like super invested. Like he's not like a Marvel super fan or anything. But he's seen all the movies. He's reviewed them all, and his take I thought was really good. He goes, "Look, the first act was this like, hard." Sad, war-torn kind of story. He was like, I was like really interested in that. I thought that was really kind of amazing, and I was really impressed. He's like, the second act was this like time heist, but he was like, but it was really just a victory lap. They were just like, look at all the cool shit we've done.
Yeah, look at all the movies we've done over the last 11 years. Because they went back to like the iconic scenes in other movies, which was dope.
Right, and he was like, that was kind of cool. He's like, I was less interested in that, but like I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
The second act, if you have not seen the other movies, it's just not going to really do much for you,
right?
Because you're not going to get the callbacks,
right?
Which is why like you can't go to this movie not having seen like the major ones. Like you're just not. Don't do it.
Like somebody
just don't bother. Yeah.
Like somebody commented to our review. They're like, why would you say that this movie isn't for you if you haven't seen the other movies? I'm like, because this movie 22, dude. like would you go see the last Harry Potter movie if you never saw the other ones?
I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. I'm not going to go to the last one.
Yeah, you should skip to the last. You'd be like, yo, there are fucking wizards in this movie? Yeah. Like, who are these people? But yeah, you should see the other movies. Or you should see at least your strategic ones. Like, there are ones, like, I think you could skip. Like, you could skip a number of them, but watch, like, you need to watch, like, the last phase. You kind of need to see all of those movies to establish who those characters are. But you need to see like the big ones. You need to see Avengers. You need to see Age of Ultron. You need to see Infinity War. You need to see both Guardians movies. Like, because a lot of the cosmic shit is important.
Here's the thing. I haven't seen the Dark World, so that section, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
I missed. That was the only one I've never seen. I've seen every other movie except the Dark World, and then that section came up. I didn't know. I was like, okay,
why is any of this important?
What is going on? They have to pull a stone out her ass. What's going on? I didn't know that.
Yeah, spoiler alert. That's when his mom died in that movie. She went out like a boss though. She did have a cool fight scene.
So that's why I'm like, if you've never seen the movies, you're gonna be lost, because I was lost in that part.
Yeah,
I just didn't know what was happening.
Right, and so that
it was still good, but I was just completely had no clue what the fuck was going on.
Right, and like that movie is not that. I think that is the worst MCU movie, but that scene, that emotional scene of his mother dying, like it still lays heavy in that universe.
It still worked, even
so it
not
still
having
works.
seen it. But I kind of wish I would have knew exactly what was going on.
Right. Oh, you could always go back and watch it.
That's something that could happen.
You're not going to do that.
Probably not. I'll skip to the sequence that matters.
Yeah.
When does that happen in the movie?
I don't know. I saw it in theaters and that was enough for me. I never saw it again.
But overall, that movie was great. That last sequence was amazing, and Thanos is my favorite villain of all time.
Really?
Yes. I love Thanos. Like, I love Josh Brolin's portrayal of Thanos.
It's pretty
He's
goddamn
just so
good.
fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn
Like,
good.
he just is.
Whoever's writing those lines, man, like, they super nailed it. But his delivery is
Yo, that's
so
why I'm like,
good.
I don't see anyone else as Thanos.
Yeah,
At this point, like he
had to die, 'cause you can't
he
recast
got to
him.
go because he was fucking crazy. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna enjoy this." He's like, it's usually all business, but y'all niggas get on my nerves.
yeah, you really
So
did.
when I take y'all out, I am going to really enjoy this. But like, nah, it's just his portrayal as Thor, as Thanos is just, I don't know, man. Like, it's just so dope for me.
Well, they really, not to make this about another movie, but the difference between the line delivery, or excuse me, not even the line delivery, well, the line delivery, but the line writing for Thanos versus Apocalypse in the X-Men Apocalypse movie, right? Like, Apocalypse and Thanos, not exactly equal, but like
They're
pretty
like the same
close.
person,
Like
a little bit.
But like, as far as the X-Men go, Apocalypse is their Thanos, right? Like that kind of thing. Like, looking at the lines in Apocalypse, like, we will build a better world. Like, you're just like, this is really lame. Like, versus Thanos' lines of like, huh, couldn't deal with your failure. So come back to your boy. Like, those lines are so good. Like, they're even cut well for the trailers. They sound good. And you're just like, fuck.
That fucking voice, man.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
He's got a great voice for that villain. And he was just a badass. He fought everybody.
Yeah, he caught Mjolnir right out of the air. It was just like, what's this? Get out of here. No, he was dope, man. He was super good. Yeah, Brolin brought it, man. It was great. A fucking great movie.
Like, no one talks about him. He should get more credit than people are giving him. Granted, he's the bad guy, but come on, y'all.
Well, I think they gave him a lot of credit in Infinity War. They did.
Yeah, because Infinity War was his movie, but like, he was still fucking super dope in this movie.
Yeah,
I think I liked him more in this movie, and he wasn't in it as much.
Yeah,
but I think I liked him more in Endgame than I did in Infinity War.
Well, his whole thing of like, oh shit, I won.
Yeah, he was like, oh damn. Oh, okay. Well, I know what happened.
Like, I'm gonna double down on this. Yeah, that was great. All right, let's jump into the lightning round. Go for it.
First up, I'm gonna see it. Fast and Furious 9 is casting John Cena because apparently The Rock no longer wants to be. Well, I don't know. Does The Rock and Vin Diesel still have beef?
Probably.
Yeah, whatever.
I would like to think Vin Diesel was like, who's The Rock's nemesis in WWE? Get that guy.
So look, Cena doesn't seem like the type that wants to make it all about himself. So I think he'll fit in perfectly for this movie.
I love this story. I gotta tell you,
super dope.
Like, I think John.
I don't know
Cena,
who he's going to play.
Yo, they can't.
They're going to play like what's his name's cousin, Paul Walker's cousin, because they got a similar look.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. I can see it, like his uncle or some shit. Here's the thing. John Cena can't drive a fast little small sports car, but I need one scene of John Cena in a tiny car, like just like from that like Simpsons episode. This is the largest car that I can afford. Like, I just need him, just giant hulking mass in a bug.
But he and The Rock are like the same. No, The Rock is like 2 inches taller.
Yeah, he's a little taller, but Cena's still a big fucking dude.
Well, he's slimmed down.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
He's got a little bit smaller than he used to be.
Now he
I really want to know
bench
who's
400 pounds.
I want to know what kind of character he's going to play. And,
military. Come on.
Yeah. He's going to be driving a fucking... Well, no, Toretto drives like the Chargers, right?
He's got to drive a truck.
He drives the American Muscle, so he's going to have like a Dodge Ram.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
With a Hemi in it.
Well, look, that is the unwritten rule of the Fast and Furious franchise, is that they're required to drive a car that is similar to them in build, right? Like,
so yeah, Toretto drives, what is it, the Challenger?
Yeah, I think it's a Challenger.
Yeah, he's gonna have a Dodge something.
Yeah, he's definitely driving some sort. There's no way he doesn't show up in a fucking Hemi
with a
pickup truck,
fucking Dodge Ram that does 500 miles an hour. Like, that doesn't even make sense. But it's fine. It's fast.
He's like, I keep a boulder in the back so it doesn't slide around. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this. I want to see him in it. I don't know who's gonna play. He should play his relative. That would be cool.
I gotta tell you, John Cena's made for this movie.
Yeah,
like, he is. He's made for these movies. The thing is, John Cena's career, I'm glad it's like starting to take off. John Cena is a star. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's a star, and he's a star in the way The Rock is also a star. But I think, like you said, I don't think he's gonna be a guy who's like, it's all about me. Like, I don't see him as that. He doesn't have that personality. So at least
contrary to what people think about in like the WWE.
Right. I think he's more of a much more humble guy than people probably give him credit for. And so I think because of that, if his role in this is significant and it's John Cena, so I think it will be.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I think his career is going to fucking shoot up. And he's got good comedic timing, by the way.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah. So
like he came back from WrestleMania as like Thugonomics John Cena, and he was spitting bars like the John Cena from like 2000. Like the
John Cena rapping is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He had a whole album.
Thugonomics. He did have a whole album.
Yeah, that's
fine. Look, I'm gonna see it. Look, John Cena in the Fast and Furious movies. That's a win for me.
That's scheduled to come out next year.
Good.
Actually, in a year from now, May 22nd.
Yeah.
So yeah, Look, I've seen all of them, even Tokyo Drift.
That's the only one I haven't seen. That's my Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
It's
exactly.
It's got Bow Wow in it
again.
And that country dude.
Again, this is my Thor: The Dark World. There's a reason.
Whatever.
When they brought that dude back in the other movie, I was like, I'm lost. I don't know who that is. Is he from the other movie?
It's fine. That's where what's his name gets killed. I think.
Yeah, the Asian dude.
Yeah,
right?
the Asian guy.
Yeah. All right. Next up
being Shaw. Next up, F. Gary Gray is slated to direct a live-action version of Saints Row. Now, for those that don't know, Saints Row is a video game similar to Grand Theft Auto. It came out in, I think, 2005 when the 360 first came out. The first one was not good because it was like a knockoff.
Yeah.
But it was just, it really wasn't good. The second one, to me, is still the best. It got outrageous. You could create your own character, and it didn't have like specific characters that you had to be, kind of like GTA. They are characters.
Right. I played
lines.
GTA before.
And Saints Row, you could create a character, and they had like 5 different voices, so 5 different people did all of the dialogue for the game.
Interesting.
Which is kind of dope. It could be male, female, whatever. The second one was like, it was crazy. The third one, it got even crazier. They had like dildo bats and all kind of crazy shit like that. And then the fourth one, those niggas could literally fly because aliens came down. At the end of the second one, at the end of the third one, you became the president, and aliens came down.
Were you Johnny Gat?
Yeah, he's part of your crew. He's part of the Saints Row crew, and people love Johnny Gat. Like, I feel like if you're going to do this movie, you have to have Daniel, whatever his name is, Daniel Kim or something like that.
Yeah, Daniel Kim, yeah.
He's got to be in this movie. He has to be Johnny Gat. If you don't do that, you failed. I don't want to see it.
Because he does the voice.
Right? He does the voice for and it's him.
Like visually,
it's him.
Okay.
But yeah, these games have progressively gotten more ridiculous. Like, I don't know what version of Saints Row they're going to do, but if it's anything 2 and up, because 2 was still grounded in reality. Like, they didn't have the crazy weapons, but it had a really interesting... You're basically a gang member.
Right.
And you got to work your way through the ranks of the gang. And by the time 3 came out, you were like the leader. And then again, when you beat 3, you were the fucking president of the United States. Yeah. Which, okay. And then you fought aliens, and you had to go to a computer program, and then you learned to fly, and you had superpowers. So I feel like if they're gonna do it, they gotta go. If they want to go balls to the wall, fuck it, do 4. Sure, why not?
No, you can't. You can't start there.
Yeah, you can't start there. So I feel like you got to start with 2.
Okay.
If you're gonna do, you got to do 2. I don't know who they're gonna have. I don't know what the story is gonna be, but it's literally about a gang that just ends up doing good. It's kind of like Fast and Furious. Like, it's very similar to the Fast and Furious franchise because you're a bunch of gang members, but you end up like helping the world.
Interesting.
It's so fucking bizarre. But I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna play this.
Interesting.
But like, I just need to see a trailer.
Oh,
because again, 2 and 3. Like, I think 3 opens up where you have to stop a missile. The game opens up where you're climbing a missile. And no, that's 4. I don't remember. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? It's nonsense. All of it is crazy. But yeah, if they do it, they got to do it.
The game has dildo bats.
Yeah.
I feel like we have jumped the proverbial shark.
But yeah, he's directing it. He directed Fast 8.
Yeah,
and that was great.
Fate of the Furious.
Fate. Yeah, whatever it's called. He just finished directing Men in Black International. So if they're gonna get somebody, he's fine. Like we always say, he's He did Straight Outta Compton. Like the last couple movies he's done have been pretty goddamn badass.
Yeah, it's really kind of wild because F. Gary Gray somehow has managed to be what I would argue is a journeyman's director into a solid blockbuster director.
Right. He did The Negotiator, which I love, by the way.
I actually like that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Fucking terrible guy. Who had blonde hair in that movie? Who? Did
Samuel Jackson?
Samuel Jackson?
No, he didn't have blonde hair in that.
You sure?
I'm positive he didn't.
What movie did he have blonde hair in?
I don't know.
Who had blonde hair?
Wesley Snipes and Demolition Man?
Oh, am I tripping?
I think you might be tripping.
I might be bugging. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He was just, regular little Samuel Jackson yelling at people.
I swear. No, he has. It was like red. It wasn't black.
Oh, maybe it was red.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was like light brown.
Okay, that looks ridiculous.
That's what I'm like.
That looks goddamn ridiculous.
But yeah, I really like that movie, and he directed that. He's been in the game for like 20 plus years.
Yeah, he has. And actually, that's a good segue. Yeah. I meant to mention this at the top of the show. John Singleton died.
Yes, I didn't know he was so young.
He's 51.
Yeah,
he was 24
when he directed Boys in the Hood.
When he did Boys in the Hood. I'm like, you're barely older than Ice Cube at the time. Like,
right. I didn't realize he was that fucking young. Yeah. When he was like 51, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, so he died. He had a massive stroke, and then he fell into a coma, and then he passed away, unfortunately, after that. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're not familiar with John Singleton's work, Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning, Rosewood, Four Brothers, Baby Boy, Poetic Justice. We've reviewed a number of his movies on Black on Black Cinema that you can check out. Specifically, we've done Rosewood, Higher Learning, Baby Boy, and Boys in the Hood.
He did the show Snowfall, which apparently people really, really love. I've never seen it.
I've never seen that, but I heard it's very good. What is your favorite John Singleton movie? He also did Shaft 2000. We also did that one. I would argue not his best work.
Let me see. Let me go through his movies.
But
he did the Remember the Time video for Michael Jackson.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's good. Let me go through.
Rosewood.
He did Too Fast, Too Furious. That wasn't a really good one. I really like Four Brothers.
Four Brothers is my favorite John Singleton movie.
Yeah, I think it's underrated. A lot of people don't talk about Four Brothers.
Yo, Chiwetel Ejiofor was a great villain in that movie. He really was.
He did a couple episodes. He did an episode of Billions.
I really like Billions. It's a good show.
Did an episode of Empire. He did Abduction. Wait, is that what's his name?
Oh, yeah. He directed
Taylor Lautner.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, people don't really talk about that on his list of movies. That's probably for the best.
People probably don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Director.
I mean, I think probably Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood
and
good.
Four Brothers are probably my favorite. I mean, I think Higher Learning is a very significant movie. Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody was in the modern era was doing movies that dealt with race in that way as just blunt force as he did. Like he didn't, Higher Learning doesn't back down.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Like there were just Nazis in that movie. Like for real, just straight up. Boys in the Hood. Rosewood is good, but that movie just really made me mad.
Yeah,
we did that movie.
Yeah, that movie is black anger personified.
Yeah, it really is. Four Brothers, I really like. Baby Boy, for comedy's sake, that's a great one. If you want to laugh, some people really love that movie. I don't know why.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Baby Boy? We did.
No. Oh, I thought you were saying a movie called For Comedy's Sake.
Oh no,
you're saying Baby Boy for comedy's sake. Yes, I would agree.
That movie's hilarious.
Yes.
I need to watch Snowfall to see how it is. Baby Boy Shaft, while it's not very good, I enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoy it. Micah's a hater.
Hates that fucking movie. Yeah, those are probably like Boys in the Hood. Higher Learning is good. Another one that's anger-inducing. Rosewood, anger-inducing. Four Brothers. Yeah, Boys in the Hood and Four Brothers.
Those are my two favorites. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, Singleton is got a lot of accolades. I mean, I think his voice in Hollywood, it mattered. Like it truly did. Whether I liked all of his movies or not. Yeah. it did matter. And 51 is really young to fucking pass away, man.
Like, it sucks.
I mean, I'm almost 40. Like, it's not really that far. Look, I don't know why he had a stroke or whatever. Apparently he had hypertension, which is something that plagues us as Black people specifically. So all I would say is I'm sad to hear he passed away. I was really bummed to hear that, actually. Also, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if I can say nothing else, take care of yourself. I just watched this. I just listened to this super long podcast all about sleep and go to bed. Seriously, dude.
I don't get enough sleep.
Yeah, no, it's really dangerous. It's really bad for you. So I'll send you that podcast. Like, you're going to be like, yo, I need to go to bed. Like, this shit is terrifying. But yeah, no, just take care of yourself. Like, if I can impart any sort of knowledge, any little bit that I have.
Yeah, then the same day he died, like they said, Peabo Bryson had a heart attack. But for those that know who people are.
I was gonna say that's a black ass cut. Yeah,
people.
And Curtis Blow is going in for heart surgery. I'm like, yo, what is Black Bushwick, Jesus? Help us!
Bushwick Bill has like stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for Black people, like just in general.
God damn.
And for white nerds, unfortunately, Peter Mayhew died, which is really sad too.
I recognize that name. Who was he?
He's the actor who played Chewbacca in Star Wars. Okay. He died at 74. He was not in good health recently either. That's why he stopped playing the role in, I believe, in Solo. Like he let someone else play it. There was like some like Norwegian kid play it who's like fucking 7 feet tall. But I mean, to be as tall as Mayhew was, to live to 74 is actually that's pretty remarkable, actually. So
tall people have all kinds of health issues.
Yeah, it's good to be me.
That tall. It's good to be me. I mean, that damn tall.
Whatever.
How old is Shaq? In his 40s.
He on his deathbed. That nigga's like 8 feet tall. Get out of here. Take care of yourself, Shaq. No, Shaq's in good shape.
Yeah.
He's still like 300 pounds. He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Yes. All right, next up, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, she's reported to earn $20 million in that range to return to Black Widow in her movie.
No spoilers for Endgame. But yeah, $20 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Remember when $20 million used to be the top line shit for actors?
Yeah, that was like Tom Cruise and
Denzel.
I think Denzel and who else got $20 million?
Will Smith.
Will Smith got $20 million, but someone in particular, Chris Tucker got $20 million.
Oh, one time.
Yeah. For like Rush Hour 3 or whatever.
He demanded $20 million and it blew his whole career out. Hope it was worth it. Should have probably taken 10. You'd have been good. You'd still be making movies.
Yeah, you're not worth $20 million for a movie, my nigga. Like, even then. Like,
Rush Hour 3 was not that great.
Right. The first one is, I would argue the first one was the best.
Yeah, I would argue the second one is fine. 3, I was like, we're still doing this? Like, we're still making these? Oh, the Asian cop, black cop.
You're in China now.
Asians do it like this.
Japan.
Black people do it like this. Like, okay. They're together. All right.
We passed that, but okay.
Yeah, they're trying to make a 4th one. Knock it off. But yeah, that used to be $20 million, used to be the top line. You were the hottest shit. Is Scarlett Johansson the biggest female actress? I would argue yes.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in everything.
Like, as far as like mainline, right? Like, Meryl Streep is a bigger name. There are bigger names, but like, of the movies that people like, the John Q. Public go to see, like blockbusters and shit, Scarlett Johansson is a name that puts people
in all the goddamn Marvel movies that have made $1 billion fucking dollars.
Right, but like Lucy and stuff like that. Like, she puts she puts
Lucy wouldn't have made as much money as it did had she not been in it.
Right.
Or movie, while I enjoyed it, it wasn't that good.
I never saw it.
But her name alone got people to see it.
Yes.
Because they like seeing her kick ass.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I think she's more like she's like an action star now.
She is. Lucy made $463 million on a $40 million budget. Jeez. How did that not get a sequel? I'm actually rather shocked by that. But she did what was the other one she did?
She did the movie no one liked, Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. I did not like that movie, dude. It was boring. Like, it was mind-numbingly boring. But that's still turned a profit, $169 million on a $110 million budget. That movie should, and people are like, oh, it didn't make a lot of money because they cast a white actress. Nah, even if they had put an Asian woman in it, it just wasn't good. Like her being white was the least offensive thing about that movie. It being boring as all fuck was the most offensive. It did have the spider crab tank at the end, which was kind of dope, but like that wasn't enough to keep me awake. I fell asleep so many times watching that movie at home. I was just like, fuck. Is it still on? Wow. Has it been 7 hours? Oh, it's only an hour and a half? This is crazy. Or 2 hours long. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell was bad.
Did that at least look good?
It did.
Good.
The trailer I thought looked dope. And the movie itself looked really great. It was just boring. You know what the thing is? Ghost in the Shell is kind of a boring anime. It is. Like, it was really cool in its time, but like by the modern sensibilities, it's boring. It doesn't move fast enough. It's just boring. And I'm not normally a person who's bothered by a slow-paced movie, but I am when it's an action movie.
Yeah, I don't like really slow action movies.
Yeah, generally not.
That's a cardinal sin for me. You can't. And if the action sequences if you're slow and the action sequences aren't that great, I might not finish.
Right. So yeah, $20 million. Here's an interesting side note about the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I found out. Robert Downey Jr. on Infinity War made $75 million. They didn't pay him that. That wasn't his salary, which would be nuts. Yeah. But he got a back end of the movie. He negotiated a back end. He got $75 million out of that.
What did like the rest of the cast get?
Oh, they probably all made over 20. At least 20. Like of the big names? Yeah. Of course. I mean, I'm sure Evans, he's a huge star in these movies. He's probably made 20 or 30 million off of that. Scarlett Johansson probably made 20 million. Thor probably, Chris Hemsworth probably made 20 or 30. And my guess is Scarlett Johansson also probably made around the same, 20, 30 million. Jeremy Renner probably a little less because he hasn't been in a lot of the movies, so they're not going to pay him the same top line money. But that core six is they're all putting in serious money on those movies. Absolutely nuts. But yeah, he negotiated $75 million. And in the original Avengers, he negotiated the back end of that and made $50 million.
Right, I remember that.
He made so much money on this fucking franchise. What's interesting though is Scarlett Johansson is the first one to produce a Marvel movie who's also an actor.
She's producing her movie.
She's producing her, so she not just getting 20 million. She getting that producer money too. So she about to make bank. But you can't do it without her, so give her that money. All right, next up.
That is dope. What's the excuse me. Next up, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 possibly to begin shooting in 2020 next year. Good.
Great. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Good, get it out. Hurry up.
It'll be like 2021?
Probably, yeah.
Or depending if they shoot early in 2020, maybe at the end of the year. No.
They're probably not going to rush. My guess is they will do, well, I don't know what's coming out 2020. We have no idea. Right? Because we've got Spider-Man Far From Home. After that, we have no idea what the movies are. I think Black Widow is supposed to come out in 2020, but I don't know. Nothing has been like promised. So I have absolutely no idea.
In keeping with Suicide Squad, Polka Dot Man is apparently going to be in the movie.
Yes.
Because, sure. And Ratcatcher is also going to be in the movie.
Yeah. So David Dashmalian, he was... he's also one of the guys. He's one of the guys in Ant-Man's crew of thieves with like T.I. and the other guys. He's one of those guys. He's playing Polka Dot Man. And then the woman playing Ratcatcher, I don't know her from anything because she hasn't really been in a lot of things. But yeah, they're gender swapping Ratcatcher.
Oh, I know. As soon as he said his name, I'm like, I know who you're talking about. I just had to put the face to his name. He's 35.
He looks like a young Mads Mikkelsen.
He looks older than 35. Wow. And then who's Daniela Melchior?
Nobody knows. Like literally the article was like Daniela Melchior is playing Ratcatcher, and the article says, now both of those names might be a who, so let's start with Melchior, and then they explain who Ratcatcher is. Yeah, she's been into like telenovelas, so yeah, you wouldn't really know who she is. But yeah, so Ratcatcher is a gender swamped character, originally named Otis Flanagan, who is quote a former Gotham City sanitation department member who has a legion of highly trained rats and an affinity for poisonous gas. What I like about James Gunn's ideas for Suicide Squad is he is super leaning into this squad of completely forgettable losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a literal Suicide Squad. If these people get taken out, who cares? We're taking out Ratcatcher.
Yeah, why is Dog Welder? Why is Dog Welder not in this movie, dude? To the end of my days, I will advocate for Dog Welder. They can't put him in because we're like, yo, what do you do? Like, I weld dead dogs to people. They're like, nah,
you can't do that.
Yeah, we cannot put that in a movie. Not even in a DC movie. We can't do that.
Yeah, Peter would be all over that.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Fucking Dog Welder. That's so goddamn stupid.
Well, you know what? They could put Dog Welder in there, but the second he tells them what he does, someone has to shoot him. Like, I think people would be like, I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Like, this guy's got to die. So yeah, they're going to both be in it, which is fine. And also King Shark is going to be in it, which is also great. I like reading articles from Collider because like they'll put a little, they'll give the straight news, but then they put their own little personal spin on shit news. Like, finally, someone out there is going to be playing King Shark, and if it isn't Tom Hardy without the aid of CGI, I'm not really sure why we're doing this. Look, I need King Shark in this movie. I thought King Shark looked pretty good in
The Flash? Yeah,
it's not bad for TV CGI. You could do it. It's going to be weird. I hope they do him better than Killer Croc was in the first Suicide Squad.
Just making makeup.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that.
Oh. He
He wasn't big enough. Like he should be like this. Like I always think of Killer Croc from the animated series.
Imagine if they did have the animated series version of Killer Croc.
I threw a rock at him. Like that's it.
What episode was that? When they were telling their stories?
Yeah, about how they tried to kill Batman. That show was great.
Yeah, I love that show.
It was good.
And last up, Warwick Davis reveals a possible Willow series in the works for Disney Plus. I've seen this movie. I was
going to ask, have you seen Willow?
I've seen Willow. Yeah,
Willow is a great movie.
I've seen it 2 decades ago.
Oh, 100%.
A very long time ago. I don't remember much of it, but I've seen it.
Prophecy that a woman is going to give birth to a child who's going to take down this evil queen. This woman gives birth to said child. She has her like maid or whatever smuggle the child away, and the child ends up in Newell, where the dwarves live, and the baby is given to Willow. Willow of Good. And yeah, and so he teams up with fucking Mad Mardigan, fucking Val Kilmer, to protect that kid. Look, Willow is a perfect kid movie. Like for fantasy, it is a perfect kids movie. It's got a hero story. It's cute. There are kids involved. There are dwarves involved. So like kids weirdly can connect with the heroes, like physically, like a physical size. But they're still adults in that way. So like my cousin who, I don't know if she's listening to this, she watches the show occasionally. She was the biggest Willow fan when she was a little kid. She's a couple years younger than me. And she used to watch Willow, I shit you not, multiple times a week. She loved that movie. And I think part of it is that connection to, and this is not to make fun of little people or anything, but I think literally their stature makes them more connectable as heroes to kids. Like I think it does. Just because kids don't really understand. They're just like, oh, they're small like me. Like that's all they understand, right? They know that they're not kids, right? They understand that part. But I think their stature as little people, that's that fucking black little person. That nigga is in every movie, yo.
Yo, it was fucking 30 years ago.
He hasn't aged a dime.
He looks the same.
The guy from Black Santa.
Crazy.
Yeah, that dude is exactly the same.
Wow.
But I think their stature helps them connect. So if they're planning on doing a live action Willow series for Disney Plus, that's just going to take off like gangbusters, dude. Kids will love it. Now I'm looking at these images as you're bringing them up. That one little person, he was a fucking dick. Him. Dude on the right. I did not care for his. I didn't like the cut of his jib. Yeah, they had that movie was pretty dope. Like they had little people, kids. Like, dude, they went the fuck all out in that movie, and that's a Ron Howard movie.
Now, like,
what's that?
I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, yeah, they had like a whole ass village.
Yeah, no, that was the village of the dwarves. It was kind of amazing, like when you think about it. Like they've done a whole Lord of the Rings series. Like those are all grown ass men.
Yeah,
like they just did forced perspective and also. Nah, Ron Howard was like, nah. Like,
I don't got that technology.
Yeah, like we just need little people. Like, get them in here. So I thought that was cool. And Warwick Davis is a great actor, man. Like he was fun. He was cool. He's fucking iconic. So I don't know if he'll reprise his role or anything like that. I mean, he's a much older guy now, but I'd love for him to like have a son or something, like and just like this is my son, fucking Willow Jr. And he's just like out there doing adventures and shit. So
he's 49.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still pretty young.
He's not super old.
Yeah, he can still do it then. Damn. And Willow came out in 1988?
He was 18?
Jesus, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. He looks so much older than
Yeah.
He actually kind of looks like a mini Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like he kind of does.
I mean, he looks like who does he look like in this picture? I don't know. He looks like someone.
Yeah, he does. I can't
put my finger on it, but
he looks like a Warwick, we're watching you. No, but I think that's cool. I would love to see a Willow series. I think that'd be very fun. All right, movie and TV news this week. Disney thinks they're slick. Disney is slowly trying to buy up all of Hulu. Walt Disney Corporation is in talks to acquire an additional 30% stake in Hulu, held by Comcast. CNBC is reporting a deal that would hand over complete control of the video streaming service.
Yeah, they already own 60%.
70%.
What, Disney?
They own, yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. They own 60%. But, yeah, like, did you need to own the whole thing? They're like, yeah, we need all of that.
Why?
Well, because of the next story, Terrence. Because Disney thinks it's slick, and Disney is using Hulu as a way to promote and push all of its shit that they can't put on Disney Plus. So I don't know that I'm okay with them owning all of Hulu, but then again, I don't know that I care. Because I'm not sure, is there that big of a difference in the power structure of owning 60% of Hulu versus owning 90% of Hulu? Like my guess is you have controlling voting
control already.
You already have controlling voting rights, I would imagine, on the board.
I mean, I guess, but like
I don't know.
At this point, it's also becoming a monopoly. Don't we have laws against that? Well, you got Hulu, you have Netflix,
yeah,
you got all the other ones, but like they're going to have their own Disney Plus. I guess if they do have, they buy all of it. I guess you're going to get a Hulu Disney Plus, or are they already doing that?
They're going to bundle them.
To bundle Hulu Disney Plus? Because Disney Plus is what, $7?
Yep.
And Hulu is what?
Well, I think you can get Hulu
Depending
for like $7 or $8 or something like that, right? $11.99 if you don't want commercials. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's my guess. Here's my guess as to what happens. Disney gets that other 30% because if Disney wants it, they're going to get it.
Yeah.
And Comcast doesn't care because they're not making any major money off of this.
I didn't even know they own any of Hulu.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the thing. I've been thinking about this whole Disney ownership thing and Netflix and everything else. So some people are saying, well, they want to get Disney, but they already have Netflix, so they're going to get rid of Netflix to get Disney Plus.
I don't think people are going to get rid of Netflix.
I think some people will, but here's my question. They're like, well, I'm not going to pay the additional money. But here's my question. Is it really that expensive? Like when you think about it, like, is it really that expensive? If you're saying, let's say Netflix is $120 or no, what is it? $144 a year, right? Because it's $12 a month, 12 months, $144 a year. people will think like, well, that's a lot of money. That really adds up. I was thinking about this. If you spent, let's pull out the old calculator.
You spend $144 in food a week.
Easily. How often do you cook, by the way?
Very rare.
That's what I thought, right? That's what I thought, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you don't go to Starbucks, right?
No,
that is
not my lane.
That's not your lane. But plenty of people do, right? They get a coffee every
It's
morning.
like $5
Minimum. Easy math, let's say $5. And let's just say you only go to Starbucks before you go to work during the week. It's $25 a week.
Yeah.
Times 4 weeks. So
That's $100.
That's $100, right? $100 times 12. That's $1,200. That's $1,200 that you spend on something that you ingest, get a little bit of energy, and then immediately piss and poop out. And you don't think about that coffee and how delicious it was on Tuesday, the coffee you had on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, I think about shows that I've watched on Netflix last week. I'm like, that was really good. Hey, maybe I'll go back and watch that. Like, you can't get that coffee back, dog. Like, that shit is gone.
Right.
So, like, the idea, I was thinking about this. Like, people are like, oh, these streaming services are so expensive. I'm like, yo, what you spend on, like, gas station chicken in your case or a coffee.
Like, just gas. For your car.
But, like, you need that to get around.
You need it.
But, like, just bullshit. Like, the bullshit I spend my money on, I'm like, yo, it is nowhere near what it costs me for unlimited entertainment. Like, it just isn't.
You still got to pay for the internet.
Yeah, but I'll pay for that anyway. Like, I mean, Pornhub isn't going to visit itself.
You're stealing it, nigga? What do you mean?
No, I mean, I still have to pay for the internet. Like, I'm still, whether I watch Netflix or not, I'm still going to have the internet. I need the internet, but because I'll go crazy. But like the idea of the streaming services, like, oh, I'm not going to pay these additional. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Like, I think my cutoff for Netflix price like hike would it be $20, and I'd be like, all right, yo, this is getting into scenario
that's already what $12.99.
Yeah,
I think they just hiked that shit up like last week.
Right, and I'm just kind of like, it's not a big deal for me. And that's not like I'm rich or whatever. I'm just thinking about like $144 a year is literally nothing compared to what I spend on complete bullshit. Like, just if I get breakfast at work 4 days a week, like, I'm practically there. Like,
right.
In 2 weeks, I'm already there. So, like, them controlling more.
Crazy. $1,200 a year for fucking coffee.
For coffee, dude. For coffee. You go into any Starbucks anywhere in America, at least, there are the same people there every single morning. So, and they're getting, let me get this, let me get that, and well, it's only $5, so I'll get a little sandwich or whatever. So by the time you walk out, you're paying $11.
Yeah.
Every fucking morning. Are you kidding me? Like, you spend $2,400? Like that's crazy. Like it's kind of nuts when you think about
morning
it.
Coffee.
Yeah, just for coffee. It's nuts. When a cup of Joe used to be a nickel. They used to give it away. Oh, we just poured hot water through a couple of beans.
you go to 7-Eleven, right?
But it's still...
And their coffee just like... Yeah, you can get coffee for like $1 at 7-Eleven, can't you? I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I don't
It's like $1, $3, something like that. Even if you're spending $1. That's $5 a week.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
Right, 2 weeks, you already hit that Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if coffee was $1, dude, like, you spend money on a bunch of bullshit. And that's not to defend Netflix. I'm just saying, like, don't act like these prices are that offensive. They're not. They're actually not that expensive. Considering what you get out of them, like, it's just not. I'm watching the shit out of Homeland. That shit costs me like $10 a month. Who cares? Like, I just don't.
I started watching that F1.
Yeah,
it's pretty goddamn good.
I said, what did I say, dude? What did I say?
It's pretty dope.
It's intriguing.
Like the first fucking episode, like there was like 2 crashes. I'm like, God damn, it's just like that.
Yeah,
the cars. Just
it's fucking yeah. And those cars are dangerous.
Those things are made of balsa wood. I swear,
it's like fiberglass and luck. Like, please don't hit each other.
Like, I could not do it. They do doing 200 plus miles an hour.
No, hey, look, you haven't even gotten to all the like politics of it all. Like, there's a bunch of shit that goes on.
I got to the episode where the Red Bull drivers, like the super young guy.
Yeah. They go head to head.
That was like episode 3 or something like that.
Yeah, Brad watched through it, and Brad's into European soccer, or soccer, and he was just like, Yeah, I see what you mean. Like this
It's dope. It's
really good.
super interesting. Like,
And look, here's a little bit of information for you. The lead guy in Formula One, he's not in this series.
yeah, I know he's a black dude.
Yeah, he's a black dude.
I saw that story about 2 weeks ago.
I was like, oh,
Like, huh.
interesting. Now I want to know more. So yeah, Hulu is probably going to get bought out by Disney. So, okay, cool. And here's the reason why. Live action Ghost Rider series and Hellstrom series announced for 2020. For folks who don't know, Ghost Rider will be the Robbie Reyes version, played by Gabriel Luna, who played him in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they are keeping consistent. So it is in the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. universe, which is dope.
What is Hellstrom?
Hellstrom is about Damien and Anna Hellstrom. They are the son and daughter of a mysterious and powerful serial killer. The siblings have a complicated dynamic as they track down the worst of humanity, each with their attitude and skills. So I don't know anything about Hellstrom. I've never read it, but here's what I do know. In 2017 series in 2017 through 2018, a 6-part series called Spirits of Vengeance. It was a comic series. Was Ghost Rider. I mean, even the article says it. This is on the Marvel website. The Spirits of Vengeance are coming is the very first line. So the Spirits of Vengeance comic was Ghost Rider. It was not Robbie Reyes, but it was a different Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider and the Hellstrom kids and Blade. So the chances of a Blade series is pretty fucking high. Because I think they actually listened when people were like, why isn't there a dark part of this fucking universe? You're doing all this other stuff. Give us the dark fucking satanistic crazy shit over on the left. And I think they were like, yeah, we got you. We got you. So I think they're
Blade.
Well, the question is, so they haven't announced Blade.
They do Blade.
But I have to imagine that if they do Blade, they're gonna hold that a little tight to the vest and announce Blade for like 2021, right? Like let these two come out and then give us Blade either later in 2020 or in 2021, and then they'll all bring them all together. If I could choose who Blade was, Mahershala Ali. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
he kind of lost some points for me from Green Book. Like, I really hate that fucking movie. I really hate that movie.
But he was good in it. He was good in it.
He was fine.
He won an Oscar.
Yeah, he shouldn't have won an Oscar for that. But
agree to disagree.
I'm trying to think who the other, like,
who else could you
considering the other nominees? Yeah, fine, okay. Like,
you didn't think Sam Elliott should have won?
No,
he was in a movie for 7 minutes. Stole my voice.
Like,
shut up.
Yeah, you kind of did.
I mean, he did. Bradley Cooper is a master of voices.
But yeah, I guess. Yeah, Mahershala Ali or the dude from The Purge.
Oh, that's a good point. You know what? I'd like to switch my answer. Like that's a good.
Two,
yeah. Because that guy's got action star quality, and he's a lower name. It'd be really hard to pull a 2-time Oscar winner to be on a TV series.
Nah, he ain't doing that.
You'd be like,
I mean, he was in
True Detective.
So yeah,
but True Detective is HBO. That's not TV. Like we know that because that's what they say. Yeah, it would be hard to pull Mahershala Ali, but I do like that's a good suggestion. The dude from the first Purge.
He would work.
Because he kind of went all Blade in that last...
He was a badass in that last fucking 30 minutes of the first Purge. Like, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty goddamn entertaining.
He was a super nigga in that movie.
The whole movie, actually.
He really kind of was.
I'm like, yo, where did you get your training, yeah? The streets? No.
He's thinking about military, highly trained military folks. I was like, that's fine.
His homeboy was in the military. He wasn't.
No. I got my training in the military.
He was.
Like, you did not get any training in the military. None whatsoever.
Very strange.
But I'm okay with that. Yeah. I like that. That's good casting, actually. So, look, I love that they're doing Ghost Rider. That's great. He was a real standout in that season that he was on, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It looked really good. I have a feeling that they will even upgrade those sort of effects and everything else. And even though I thought the effects were great for ABC, but with Hulu Plus. I think they could do even better. I guess they could always do Sticky Fingers as Blade. Did you ever watch that series?
I saw like 2 episodes.
I think it's on the CW Seed.
Still?
I think so. There's part of me that really wants to watch it because I hate myself.
Yeah, Sticky Fingers as Blade did not work. It didn't.
It's me. Remember when he got beat up by one of those mumble rappers recently? Didn't he get beat up by Kodak Black or some shit like that?
Don't get me to lie.
Yo, how the fuck does Sticky Fingers get beat up by Kodak Black? I refuse.
I don't think that happened.
No, I refuse to believe that story, yo. Wow, that's definitely not Sticky Fingers doing the action sequences. Nope.
Yeah, that cut was terrible.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch. No, yeah. I'm watching through
this. Game up if you're gonna do a Blade. If that's
this is exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Sticky Fingers.
Wow, he
kicking in. All right, turn that off. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
That was just not good. Good Lord.
I'm going to watch that series this week. Fresh off their Oscar-winning animated film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, producers Phil Lord and Chris Miller have signed a 5-year overall deal with Sony to create and develop a set of television series based on Sony's universe of Marvel characters. This is fine. I don't like Sony. I hate that they own anything involving Spider-Man, but God damn it, Lord and Miller absolutely nailed Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, they did.
So if they're doing this, I'm fine with it. However, what I am hoping is going to happen is that Sony will hard focus on the television side of things and do whatever it is they're doing and leave the movie shit alone. And the reason why I say that is because Amy Pascal, who has been sort of the connection between Sony and Marvel, she just left today. She just got announced that she's leaving and she's going to Universal, I believe. So hopefully whoever takes her place... Series? What's that?
To do a Fast series?
I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Is Fast and Furious is Universal, right?
Yes. I don't know what she's going to do over there, but I mean, look, she had some pretty good successes. She's had a lot of bad things too, but I'm hoping that whoever comes to replace her is just a fucking roadblock for Avi Arad and be like, you are not going to fuck up our relationship with Marvel. We out here getting this money for the Spider-Man movie, and they're like, full extension of Spider-Man in the MCU. Let's just get it done. Just knock it the fuck off. We'll renegotiate money every couple of years, but just knock it off. He's staying over there. Because it's stupid to take him out. But Avi Arad definitely wants to have him in the fucking shitty Venom movies and all that other nonsense. And I don't care what anybody says. That Venom movie is terrible. And if you like that movie, you have bad taste in movies. It's bad. It's bad and you should feel bad. So yeah, these guys are going to work on that. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Lord Miller's deal includes projects including Spider-Man, please be animated, Venom, Morbius, Black Cat, and Silver Sable, as well as the Web Slingers Rogues Gallery. In the Spider-Verse, characters are reportedly part of the discussion as well. Lord Miller will produce these television projects alongside former Sony Entertainment co-chair Amy Pascal. That's kind of weird that they're still working with her. Interesting. Okay. But that's weird. Like, these projects include involving Spider-Man, Venom, Morbius, Black Cat, and Silver Sable. But those are all things that were talked about for the movies. So,
yeah, isn't there a Morbius movie coming out?
Yes.
Who's playing him?
Jared Leto.
Yeah. So
no one's going to see that movie.
Yeah, no one knows who Morbius is outside of people that read comic books. I still don't know who the fuck Morbius is.
I'm a living vampire. Nobody cares. Yeah. Nobody cares. I'm interested. Do they turn Black Cat and Silver Sable into a television series? Because that would be cool. Because then I just can ignore it.
Like, who again? Is this movie still supposed to be coming out?
It's supposed to be
Silver and Black.
No, it was called Black and Silver because they're really bad at naming things. It's Silver and Black.
Like, yeah, when you fuck off, whatever.
Black and yellow.
Venom. Stop. Venom, Morbius, Black Cat. Okay. Venom is going to get a sequel, right?
Of course, it made
lot
a
of money.
shit ton of money because people really have no discerning interest, like discerning taste.
I think I started watching a little bit of it, and I was like, okay.
Click. No, it's one of the worst movies I've seen in the last year. This next story. I told you. I fucking told you. People tried to get in my ass over me saying that all these fucking X-Men movies end up on some sort of public conveyance.
Public transportation.
Yeah. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're being mean to the X-Men movies. Am I? No, I'm not. Dark Phoenix reshoots changed the third act climax of the movie from an outer space battle to happening on a train. Simon Kinberg loves Lionel trains. He does. He loves them. Everyone loves trains, and Simon Kinberg is their biggest fan.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck about this movie. I'm not going to see it in the theater. If I see it at all. There are people in that like these movies for some reason. People enjoy these movies. Some people say they're better than the Marvel movies for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Those people are incorrect.
I don't know. Those people should go see a therapist because something's wrong. They're not better. But like we just watched the end of a 10-year run of some of the best superhero movies ever made.
Right.
And that was like epic. Right? X-Men is supposed to be like a little more cosmic and all other good stuff. Right. This shit is ending on a train. How do you make a train sequence better than what we've witnessed last week? Or what some people have seen multiple, like 5 times already?
You don't.
Why? They had to downgrade it? Did they not have the money?
Yeah, they had to downgrade it during reshoots.
Did they not have the money? Did they run out of money?
I think the studio cough Disney was like, we're not gonna pay for that. Yeah. I think or Fox was like, we're not gonna pay for that because that is cutting into the amount of profits we're getting from selling this shithole that we're running right now. So we're not cutting into that money. So
that's just sad.
Says, quote, the filmmakers decided to revamp the look of Phoenix in post, more cosmic and less flamey. Oh, that's going to work out well, according to the director. And shoot
what the fuck does that mean?
I literally don't know. And shoot a new third act instead of taking place in space. The climax finds all the X-Men kidnapped and on aboard a military train. I have to say that the idea of the X-Men ending their entire run fighting on a fucking train is the most insulting thing I've ever heard. Like, it just is. It just is. Sansa deserves better.
Fighting on the goddamn 6. Like, come on now.
Going there on a mock,
niggas break dancing in the middle of the goddamn aisle, asking for money. Oh, come on, man.
Excuse me. Mind the closing doors, please.
That's embarrassing, man.
This whole franchise has become embarrassing. We're going to space. And then we're coming right back and getting on the 6 train.
Yo, goddamn, man. They don't even look good. The makeup doesn't even look good.
They don't look happy. They're not excited to be there. Remember that part? Like, this isn't really a spoiler.
He's supposed to be the leader, right? Why does nigga all the way in the back?
Yeah, because he's not the leader. The leader is sitting on the left side. She's with her shitty red wig. Do you remember that moment in Endgame? Not a spoiler for folks who haven't seen it.
I mean, we spoiled him again.
Right. But remember the moment in Endgame where they're in a spaceship? Don't say where they're going or anything, but they're in a spaceship, and it's just Hawkeye and Black Widow. They're sitting in the front of the spaceship, and they're like going through hyperspace, and they're just looking at each other like, this shit is so dope. Because they've never been to space. Yeah. And like they're so excited, they're like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah. That's how they should be. And they're just like, hey, NASA, we're coming to help you. We'll be up there in a minute. It's gonna be great. This movie's gonna be terrible.
The suits look terrible, yo.
Do you know that this movie comes out in 2 months? It competes with fucking Far From Home. How?
Yo, this is
How? This movie's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I saw someone the other day. They were like, "The trailer for this looks good." I'm like, "No, it doesn't." Like, it really, really does not. I can't wait for this series to be over. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Micah's son to live in a world where this franchise doesn't exist. Thank God, to protect my godson from this nonsense.
Yeah, this movie just looks embarrassing. After what?
It's not Sansa's fault either. This just looks bad.
He just
poor Sansa
out of the way of a fucking metal.
Yeah, why would he move out of the way? All right, that doesn't. He has the power of fucking metal manipulation. Like, he would just be like, no.
Maybe he didn't have the reflexes. He's old.
He's old.
He was coming very fast.
Yeah.
Right?
That stopped Magneto. And in the comics, he often just uses guns against superpowered characters like the Phoenix. We'll just use a couple of machine guns. Maybe that'll work. Oh, my God. Yeah, so they decided to downgrade this to a train. It's going to be awesome, Terrence. So you're not seeing this in theaters?
No, unless you get a screener. Maybe. But no, I'm not paying for this. Yo, this looks embarrassing.
This, by the way, for folks who don't know, Dark Phoenix should be their endgame.
It is their endgame.
I mean, literally.
It's their endgame on a train.
Endgame on a train. That sounds like the title of a porn clip I would click on. Endgame on a train. Don't mind if I do. If it was on a bus, Mike would definitely click on it. Freak. Yeah, so Simon Kinberg admits that his movie's going to be a hot piece of shit. Avengers Endgame shatters opening weekend box office records. So the talk was maybe it'll hit 800 million. Maybe it'll hit 850 million worldwide. Will Avengers Endgame hit $300 million domestically? Not likely. Well, boy, were they all wrong, including me. I did not think it was going to hit these numbers, but it got 379, I want to say, million domestically, and a total of $1.2 billion worldwide. Excuse me, 357 million domestically in its first weekend, and $1.2 billion worldwide. As of right now, it has made an additional 400 million, so it is up to $1.6 billion. Yeah, that 3-hour runtime sure didn't hurt it.
Technically, it kind of did, because it would have made more had it shown more. But because it could be sitting at what? 1 point. What is it at now?
6.9.
What is that? 1.7 billion.
It's 1.66 billion right now.
Yo, that shit came out Friday. It's been a week.
Yeah. So they're looking for the second weekend to also break records, which is super.
With like very little drop off.
I don't know about very little drop off, but it could lose 50% of its second week and still make the record.
600 billion.
Yeah. 600 million. Like, it would still make the record if it had a 50% drop off.
So it's sitting at 1.6 billion right now?
Yeah.
So 600 million would bring it up to
2.2
billion in 2 weeks.
And that's
Avatar's at 2.7, right?
Yeah, it's only $500 million off. It's going to break it.
I hope it does, because Avatar's not good.
Right. But like, people are like, I don't think it can break it. Yo, this is the second weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Avatar was out for like 30 weeks. Like, if everybody just occasionally goes and sees it after a couple weeks, like, because you got to remember, some people are just like not super excited to see it in the first couple weeks because it's too crazy. And so they're like, I'll see it in like a couple weeks, whatever. Like, those people still go, and it still makes like $10 million here, there. You know, like, it just continues to make money. It's gonna beat that. I would be shocked if it did not make over 2.7 billion. That being said, I wouldn't be super shocked if it almost cracked 3 billion. It's possible. If it got a third big weekend, if it got a third weekend of like $300 to $400 million, I think it could do it. Which is absolutely nuts. What's Captain Marvel up to now? It's a little over, like, I know it just surpassed Wonder Woman domestically.
Domestic's $415 million.
But what's its worldwide total?
Worldwide, $1.1 billion.
Avengers Endgame made more than Captain Marvel did
in 5 days.
In 5 days. No, in not in 5 days. In really 3.5 days. Because they counted like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It made more than Captain Marvel, which made $1 billion. Like, it's not like Captain Marvel didn't make any money. It surpassed Captain Marvel. It surpassed Justice League. It surpassed Batman versus Superman. It surpassed all of these major movies in a weekend, which is fucking insane. I need people to put some respect on their name from now on. I don't want to hear anything. Oh, well, nobody likes those movies. Yeah, everybody likes these movies.
Yeah, I'm looking at the daily for Captain Marvel for like the month of April.
Yeah,
I guess it stayed in the millions as far as like ticket sales.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like those like people
like until Endgame came out. Like, technically, like the 30th was like, well, the 29th and the 30th were like the first time they didn't make $1 million in a day.
And how much did they make?
$1 million. It was 696,000.
That's still a lot of money.
On the 29th and on the 30th, 829,000.
That means people went and saw Captain Marvel and then went to see Endgame. Which is, by the way, why they should have put out Infinity War.
Yeah, they should have. They should have
re-released Infinity War
because people would have gone to see it.
I would have. Fuck yes.
How much did Infinity War make all overall? Did it crack $2 billion?
2.1, I think. 2.1 billion.
They could have beat it. They could have brought Infinity War back out. And they could have beat fucking Avatar because Avatar was re-released, right?
Yeah,
they should be petty. Fuck that damn movie, yo.
So
for real.
So here's the thing. Avatar had a couple weeks that they had upticks, which did a lot, right? But Avatar stopped making in the millions by week 15, which, by the way, is why it sustained, right? Like, people think it made a ton of money right off the rip. It didn't, dude. The first weekend for Avatar was only $70 million domestically.
God damn. So it was word of mouth that...
It just word of mouth that just brought it up.
That fucking 3D, the 3D was great. It was. But I can't watch that movie without it. I've tried several times.
Yeah, no, fuck that noise. But now those are just domestic numbers, right? So $70 million, $77 million the first weekend.
Overseas, though.
Right. But $77 million domestically the first weekend. $75 million the second weekend. Now that's impressive because it's a drop of 1.8%. Most movies drop 50%. Like, for them to sustain that, and then the third week, it was like 9.4%, then like 26%, but then it ticked back up and stuff like that. So they didn't have a huge drop-off because everybody wanted to see the technology behind it. But the difference is, Avengers started out at $357 million, dude. That's not even fucking close. It's damn near $300 million more in the opening weekend. So it has a lot more space to drop before they even get close to $70 million to where this movie started. Now, granted, the big thing with Avatar was that it made so much money.
It made $2 billion foreign.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's absolutely insane. So, it remains to be seen if the foreign numbers are what really push Endgame over the top. That being said, let's look at the foreign numbers because we have some information and it's kind of fucking nuts. So Avatar's entire run in China over its 34 weeks or what have you was $204.1 million.
Ooh, God damn.
Which is a lot, right? This article's crazy. 204 over its entire run in China alone. $204 million is absolutely nuts. Endgame made in China in 3 days, 217.4 million. So if China is the biggest foreign market, it already beat it. And it didn't just beat it by a little bit. It beat it by $13 million in 3 days versus 34 weeks. That's what I'm saying. The idea that this movie could make $3 billion is not even that crazy. It really isn't. Because people, it's like, oh, $3 billion is impossible. But what's the difference between $2.7 billion and $3 billion?
$3 billion, yeah.
It's only $300 million, dude. That's just a good couple of weekends. If they have like a drop off, let's say, they have a drop off of like 15 to 20% in a second week. You know how much running room that is? Like, that's insane. If they have a 50% drop off, the running room is still so fucking long because so many people saw this fucking movie. So, I don't know, man.
It's at 1.6 right now.
Yeah.
It's Friday. It'll be Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
People are going to go see the movie again. I'm going to go see it again.
I would like to see it again this weekend too. So, okay, here's my question. What do you think the final number is? If you had to guess.
Since I wanted to beat Avatar,
2.71 billion.
I'm do that fucking The Price is Right shit. And at the end of it all, its entire run.
Yeah.
How long do movies usually stay in?
If it's a big movie like this, it can stay in for 30 weeks.
Wow, goddamn.
Yeah. It all depends.
Yeah, because again, Captain Marvel is still in the movie theater. And it made 1.2 billion in a weekend. Of course, that's going to drop off, but
Infinity War stayed in. Now, see, there's a difference, by the way. Infinity War stayed in for 20 weeks.
Damn.
It stayed in for 20 weeks, and it was $700 million shy of Avatar, and it got 14 less weeks in theaters.
Yeah.
That says a lot too, by the way. That says a whole lot.
Fuck it, go 3.
3 billion?
3 billion. Like, no, 2.9.
2.9. You don't want to be ridiculous.
We're at 1.2 in a weekend. We're already in numbers that don't make sense.
Yeah, no, these numbers are
Like stupid.
So my guess is 2.85 with an option for 3. I think there's a decent chance that it gets 2.85, which is nuts.
Now, do you think
it depends on how long they keep it in the theaters?
This is one of those movies that has like an ending that you don't want people to spoil it. Once it's been spoiled, people will be like, I'll just wait for it.
No. I don't think so.
Because again, Avatar had that whole 3D technology thing that you really couldn't get on a television.
Right, you had to see
it in the movie theater. You technically don't have to see this in the movie theater. So it's kind of like, I can wait for it. I still love the movies, but now that I already know, like, it's been 2 weeks, I still haven't seen it, but I already know who died. Like, it's going to be very difficult to stay away from those spoilers. At this point,
right.
It's been a week. Everybody already knows.
Right. I compare these movies not so much to Avatar in that way, but I compare it to Titanic. We all know what the story is to Titanic. It's a romance. The fucking ship cracks in half. People die. You already know the story. Titanic made $2.1 billion. But you know why? It's because young girls kept seeing that movie over and over and over and over again. And we already know people in our fan group who've seen it 5 times. In a week. Not a week.
Yo, that's 15 hours.
Yo, that is almost a full day.
Yeah,
Yes.
15 hours. Yeah.
It's 15 fucking hours.
That's 2 work days. I want to see that shit.
But again, I'm looking at Titanic's weekend numbers domestically. Titanic made domestically $660 million, right? So there's a good fucking haul. Domestically, its first weekend, it made $28 million. Its second weekend, it ticked up, which is rare, $35 million. But it never made over $36 million in one single weekend. but it just sustained and sustained and sustained and sustained. They kept it in theaters for 41 weeks.
Damn, that's almost a year.
Yes.
And then you
but people kept seeing the movie
on two VHSs when she came when it came out on home video.
Dude, here's the wild thing.
Wow, 1.5 million domestic. I mean foreign.
But
wow.
but like if you look at the weekend breakdowns, in week 31, it had an uptick of 230%. What the fuck was happening that day? They added it into 404 theaters, or they added 400 theaters. 404 theaters showed it. I don't know why. They were like, it's the fucking 6-month anniversary. This movie's been in theaters. I have no idea.
Wait, when?
Week 31.
Where are you seeing the weeks?
Weeks are in this.
Oh. Wow.
That's crazy.
Why?
I don't know. But it made $1.3 million in that weekend. And then the next weekend it made 1.4 million. And then the next weekend it made 1.1 million. Like that is where the sustainability is. If you want, look, I have created a hashtag, whatever you want to call it, defeat Avatar. If you want to defeat Avatar, you got to don't just keep seeing it in the first couple of weeks it comes out. You keep seeing it in that week 10, week 11, week 14. That's when you get the uptick. Because if you get that uptick and you get people back thinking about it again, that's how you sustain it and that's how you beat it. But I think you can beat it. I think with these numbers, I think you can beat it in 20 weeks. I truly do. If they're leaving this movie in theaters for 20 weeks, this movie's going to make a gargantuan amount of money. So,
God damn.
Yeah, you're welcome, Hollywood, because y'all selling a whole lot of popcorn based on this shit. Maybe not as much soda, but
yeah,
I saw people drinking big ass sodas. I'm like, no,
nah, I didn't.
I don't want anything to drink.
I didn't have anything to drink.
No, fuck that noise. All right, question of the week. So this is about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because of course it is. So I asked a very simple question, which was, and this may have some spoilers in the comments. I will try to avoid them as I read things. Question of the week. Now that Avengers Endgame is out and the reception has been stellar, because I think it's a 97 or 98% on Rotten Tomatoes as well. What is the next event and eventual Endgame style scenario you would like to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? How can we figure out we have an epic conclusion to the X-Men with Dark Phoenix coming up? Shut up, Amir. Get out of here. Knock it off. Cam says, now that they've introduced time travel and Marvel has all their toys back, I would love for one of my favorite Marvel villains to get in the mix. Bring on Kang the Conqueror, have him work in the shadows of time changing things here and there in all the movies leading up to the big showdown of the Captain Marvel-led Avengers versus Kang with his 40th century tech and badass ship. It's a pretty good choice. Gaston says, the next one I'd like to see for Marvel is Doom Wars. For everyone else, I would love to see DC reach the point where they can do the Justice Lord scenario or Flashpoint Paradox, and it means something. Good luck. Dirk says, I suppose the easy answer is the real Phoenix Saga that ends on the moon with the X-Men versus the Imperial Guard. But honestly, I'd rather see something from either the martial arts or horror side of the comic universe adapted, something like the Seven Cities of Heaven or the Books of Magic. That's a deep cut. Markham says, if Captain Marvel is the future, then Secret Invasion is perfect, especially since it gives them the ability to play around with the aftermath of Infinity War. However, I think they've more than earned the right. Sorry, I'm like it's like super stupid right now. However, I think they've more than earned the right to do something totally new and not revision comic stories. Just sit down with some great comic and movie writers and make it happen. That's also a really good point. I would love for them to do something original that nobody has seen. That way people are like, well, but what about, like, just do your own thing. Henry says, introduce the Fantastic Four and X-Men. That way they can build up to Avengers versus Fantastic Four or AVX. Doom versus Everybody, and to my personal favorites, Annihilus and the Negative Zone. Carrie says time travel opens up for Kang, which could be super interesting. Have the Iron Man 3 kid be young Kang, Iron Lad. Maybe something a young Avengers team would take on. In terms of huge overarching villain to build 10 years or so to, do Galactus, him big. That's funny.
Yeah, wasn't he a Nimbus cloud in the Incredible and Fantastic Four 2 or something like that? Yes. I've never seen that movie. Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like there's a cloud.
That sounds interesting.
You could see like his shadow of his. He wasn't technically a cloud. Like you could just see the shadow of him in a giant cloud that was coming, and it was really lame. It's pretty lame. Jody says, I want Dr. Doom to take over the role that Loki had as a recurring overall villain, and then introduce Galactus as the next Thanos-type figure threatening global extinction. I think that's good. Anthony says, I think the next big overarching thing will be Secret Invasion. I agree with you. Andy says, this will be looked upon the moment that started the ball rolling towards Marvel's eventual bankruptcy. Yeah, maybe. I doubt it. They're really suffering. By the way, they crossed $20 billion worldwide for the MCU. Yeah. People are like, that's not true. I'm like, look it up. Look it up. You can look it up on Box Office Mojo. They have all the lists in the frame.
$20 billion.
The Avengers movies have made $6 billion on their own.
The 3 Avengers? Wait,
4 Avengers movies. Just on their own. On average, the MCU movies have made $900 million each. On average. You know, obviously some higher or lower.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah.
Those numbers just, okay.
They're bonkers. There are people starving in the streets. Leonardo says, I would like to see a cosmic event, the Guardians, Carol, the new Nova Corps, and the Good Skrulls, maybe Silver Surfer, and the Starjammers too, versus the Kree Empire as they attempt to conquer the rest of the galaxy in one fell swoop. Let's see. CJ, what's up, CJ? My buddy, CJ. He says, I'm all nerded out for the summer. It hit me when they figure out how to make the Fantastic Four dope. That's fair enough. Hi says, it's another decade build age of apocalypse. I want to see the world really fucked and an extreme what if all in one. Chris says, Galactus. Andrew posts a lie and says, none, I'm out, no more MCU. You're lying, Andrew. You've been lying to yourself for months. You're gonna watch the next movie and you're gonna watch all the rest of them. So don't text me, don't message me, be like, how was Black Panther 2? Nah, I don't want to hear it. No, you're lying. You're gonna see these movies. Just admit it. It's okay. You're gonna see them. Look, they own us. It's fine. They do. It is what it is. So there are more responses, but check all those out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Nerdpocalypse. All right. What the fuck brought to you by JTD. Terrence. All right. I can't look at this shit.
Men are using silicone and cooking oil to perform penis enlargements on themselves, and it's a medical disaster.
I can't guess the place because I saw it was,
you already saw it.
It was Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea niggas are injecting themselves with like coconut oil and Crisco or whatever the fuck kind of nonsense. Yeah, they're hurting themselves.
Like fix a flat?
That's what they put in asses.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. Yeah, these dudes are injecting themselves. They do it yourself penis enlargements. Yeah. What are they doing? The bulk of them have abnormal, lumpy masses growing over the penis and sometimes involving the scrotum. A good number are coming in with ulcers. They eventually burst open. Gross. Some of them have difficulty urinating because the foreskin is so swollen they cannot contract. What are they using? They're using coconut oil, cooking oil, and silicone into their genitalia because...
Whoa. Coconut oil hurts?
If you inject it into your dick, I would assume so.
I should probably stop doing that.
Yeah. This is fuck you, JTD. Why do you keep giving me these fucking stories?
Because your reaction is that, and he's in Alabama. He's a twisted fuck, and he knows he's not going to run into you in the streets.
Some of them have difficulty hearing. Dan Lopp, who is the only doctor in the Pacific Island nation who can treat these cases surgically, has operated on 90 men already.
90?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to get the word out to the Papas in Papua New Guinea to stop doing this.
He's helped at least 500 men in the past 2 years.
Are their dicks that small? Like, is that a thing in Papua New Guinea? Like, they're just not rocking.
I'm not from Papua New Guinea.
They're just not rocking big dick energy.
Again, I'm not from Papua New Guinea. I don't know what that is.
Here's a quick fast tip. Sleep naked. Helps your dick grow.
Is that true?
It's true.
Because I sleep naked. So that's great. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's why I have
it's true.
Never mind.
Let's relax. Let's things breathe down there.
Yeah.
It's better for you. You don't have to inject fucking cooking oil.
That's insane. Like, why would you I need to get my dick bigger. I'm going to go ahead and go to the store and get some Crisco or some canola oil.
Canola oil is not even that good for you to eat. It's not even that good for you to ingest. It's not terrible. It's not great.
I can't imagine injecting anything. Picking a needle. Don't porn stars do that shit to stay hard? They mostly. I think they mostly do just like Viagra. They do Viagra, but sometimes I've heard they inject their penises with shit to keep themselves hard during scenes. Yeah, fuck all that.
No.
You can look it up.
I won't. I don't.
They don't show them doing it, but I'm saying that's something that I think they do.
No, I don't even want to read about it.
Well, I'm reading about the shit now.
Well, that's your story.
Fucking stupid ass shit.
Okay, here's my question: are your fellow actors not enough for you? Because they seem like enough for me.
I mean, there's a difference between watching it and actually having to, because you're on a set. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's like hot lights.
Yeah,
and shit.
like there's niggas with cameras and shit. You're like, yo, I can't do it while you're standing here. Nah, it'll be a little different. You might need some help.
I feel like Viagra would be fine.
Probably.
I'm not, and I've never taken any sort of.
I've never taken Viagra. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Did you try the what was it
I didn't try Mojo Rise. I've never done that.
Somebody on this show who will remain nameless.
Nah.
Mojo.
Never that.
Mojo Horizon. I think you can buy it on Amazon.
Can you?
I think so. I looked it up during that.
Well, the thing is, it's all the same shit. They just changed the name.
No, but what was the one that you bought? Was it Blue Chew or some shit like that?
Yeah.
It
works.
Does it? Yes. Does it actually work? Mm-hmm. Mojo.
Sometimes. Is that it?
Yes. Mojo. Mojo Rising is hilarious.
His face numb.
No, it made his face swell up. Mike is an idiot. Mike is an idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some of this.
Wow,
dude. Okay, Mojo Rising. When you Google it, public notification from the FDA. Mojo Rising contains hidden drug ingredient. Don't use it. Yeah, but it should. There's something on here don't use this.
They all do. I think it's contain. What is noradrenaline?
Yeah, I don't know what that word is.
It's similar to fucking Cialis or Viagra. It's the same shit.
Yeah, men with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease should not take this.
Or you should see a fucking doctor, because I don't think you should take Viagra.
Yeah, because you'll have fucking priapism.
Your blood goes to your fucking dick. So yeah, it's sildenafil. Is that? Because there's two different ones. The sildenafil, I think, is Viagra, and the other one, tadalafil, is Cialis. One is just instant, and the other one
takes a couple minutes.
You're not constantly hard. I think Cialis is the one where you're not just constantly walking around with a fucking with a hard on all day. So you take Viagra when you want it, you got to go right now. Cialis, I think you take when you about to, but you give yourself an hour or so. It's two different things. It's weird.
I feel like I would just if I'm going to take any of those, and again, I've never taken them because I'm a real man, but I feel like I would just take the one that's instant. Like I'm not waiting. Like, give me the pill. Let's rock and roll. Like, it's got to feel weird, though, right? Like, that's got to be kind of crazy. Like, this weird sort of artificial thing. The one that you took.
It gives you a slight headache. it does. Like,
the things that men will do. Like, look, we are fucking insane.
It is what it is. Like, we gotta do more work when it comes to sex. I don't give a fuck what any woman says, yo.
We have way more to do.
We have way more psychological shit to work with.
Yes, we do.
When it comes to sex. We just do.
No, that's absolutely true. Yeah. I would agree with that.
I can just lay there and be like, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like,
now, granted, there are some women who put in work. I've experienced this. I've seen many of your videos. Like there are people who put in work, right? Yeah. But yes, you don't have to. That is the point.
You really don't have to,
and a lot of you don't. I'm lazy. But the one that you took, the Blue Chew, whatever, is that more like the Viagra one? Oh, okay. So
there's two different. I was like, I don't want the fucking Viagra. I'll take the Cialis because it's two different kinds. Same shit, two different. It's like it was the one with the T.
The instant you were like, I'll opt for the slow burn instead of the instant
I want the fucking slow drip. That sounds terrible.
Yes, it really does.
But yeah, I want the
that's wild.
Yeah.
Well, get out there.
I think the Viagra. I think the Viagra ingredients cost more too.
Oh,
because it's instant. Because it's fucking Viagra. That shit costs a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think doesn't health insurance pay for Viagra?
Yes, it does.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it does.
That's disgusting.
Really. Yeah, that you want to know what the patriarchy is? Like that's it.
Your fucking health insurance paying for your dick pills.
Like
that's patriarchy right there.
Like you don't need those. You don't need those, yo. You don't need to. You don't need to have the dick of a 20-year-old when you're 70 trying to blow your poor wife's back out. Like nah, yo. Like you gonna throw a hip out doing that? Knock it off. That's a young man's game. Knock it off.
But yeah, these dudes are injecting themselves with nonsense to try to get their dicks bigger, and it doesn't work because that's not how life works.
No, you just tie a weight to it.
Sure,
right? Isn't that the natural way to do it?
No, some dudes
just deal with what you got, dude.
Some dudes
just deal with what you got.
Did I watch that fucking that documentary about the dudes that are like
too big?
No, that's seen a show.
That. Yeah, I haven't watched.
That's like a Japanese television.
Yeah, my husband doesn't
fit. Like, okay.
Yeah, I'm dying to watch. But no,
there's a documentary about like the dudes that got like circumcisions, and they were like, we didn't ask for that. So they, as a child, so like some guy came up with a process to get your foreskin back.
No.
Nah. It's like you gotta like stretch the skin over you.
Absolutely not.
He said he's helped plenty of guys though get their foreskin back.
I hate those guys.
Just like stretching their fucking skin around their. I don't even.
No, women think that's disgusting. No thanks.
I don't like turtlenecks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going for a crew cut. Knock it off. When I buy t-shirts, they are either crew cuts or they are V's, and not like the obnoxious like super gay dude V's. Like I don't like those either. I'm like, yo, that is a plunging V-neck.
When is 6/10/2013 contains hidden drug ingredient? Yo, like they all do. That's not even.
Yo, Micah in his Mojo Rising is fucking nuts. If you are not a premium member, yo, you missed out on one of the greatest.
Almost made me kill myself because I was in the gym when I was listening to that shit and I dropped a weight. That shit was so goddamn funny.
I had never heard that story, dude. I had tears in my eyes when he told that.
Was it the peach? Was that episode?
I think so. I need to go back
to that shit again because that shit was so goddamn funny.
So you are a sociopath. All right, here's my what the fuck story.
I haven't actually looked at it, so.
All right, so there you go. A hospital gives instant six packs.
I saw the story, but I didn't see where it was.
All right. So, yeah, Demetrius right now is listening to this and just punching the closest thing to him. The aptly named Masterpiece Hospital recently went viral for offering a plastic surgery procedure that gives patients instant six packs. Despite what many gym addicts will tell you, getting defined six packs are really hard, and for some of us, downright impossible. It's not impossible. It's not. You know what the solution is?
A proper
diet.
A proper diet and exercise.
Yeah, but it's mostly diet. Like, that's it. It's impossible. No, it isn't. I don't have six-pack abs. You know why?
I do.
Because I don't care. I just don't care. I don't give a fuck enough. If I gave a fuck enough, like, then I could be like, okay, I'm going to cut these things out and whatever. I just don't care. I'm okay with it. Like, but these guys are not okay with it.
So what take place in South America?
Take a guess.
Brazil. I don't know.
Thailand.
Oh.
Bangkok, Thailand. So this guy, the story is disgusting. Quote, "We don't do implants because they don't look good and they don't last." Masterpiece Hospital CEO Rawiwat Mashkamadal says. He told Coconuts Bangkok, which is a newspaper or a magazine. We've been doing this for about 3 to 4 years now, and we get anywhere from 20 to 30 customers requesting a six-pack every month. These guys really want a six-pack. But you know what? At the end of the day, this shit looks pretty good.
This dude looks fucking fake. Is this real? Is this a cartoon?
Yeah. No, he's a real dude. Scroll down, like this picture.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So
what is this? I think mold?
Yeah, I think that's the mold.
And then they put what over it?
Nothing.
I'm confused. What?
Yeah. So here's the thing. So it's not implants. So what they do is they go in and that mold is to let them know where his abs are. Like, you actually have to have developed abs underneath. Okay. And what they do is they go in and they sculpt the fat down around where your abs are to actually show your abs. Which is kind of cool, right? Like, so they're not implanting anything. They just go in.
Wait, is that what this nigga used to look like?
Yeah, this dude's had mad plastic surgery.
What the fuck is happening?
he got mad plastic surgeries, dude. Yeah, he was like, nah, I am done looking like a loser. I want to look like a weird white man. So that was kind of weird for Thailand. But what's weird is, like, I'm looking at this picture.
That nigga looks totally different.
Yeah, he does. He's had mad surgeries. Like, his nose is not even close to the same.
Fascinating. Yo.
But what is really crazy is, like, looking at pictures of this guy. Yeah, you know why this guy doesn't have six-pack abs? Yo, your fat percentage is mad high, dog. Like, you're not shredded.
Yeah, he isn't.
Like, you're not shredded. He's like, oh, I'm a gym addict. No, you're not.
Are you?
Like, what, you go 3 times a week? That's not an addict. You just like a casual gym goer, dude. Like
he has like no muscle. He has no definition in this picture, at least. He has no zero definition in his chest.
He has far less definition in his chest than I do. And I work out maybe like a full workout maybe twice a week if I get lucky.
He just had a lot of surgery. Like, look at his stomach. Like, no, dude, you don't work out. You don't work your fucking midsection.
He's like, nah, fuck that. Just cut it out.
How much did he pay for this?
I wish I knew. I don't know that they have a cost in here. Yeah. So, good luck. So, would you get plastic surgery for anything? Like aesthetics wise? Like, get a new head, cut your own head off, and just get a new one thrown on there, like this guy did?
Like, apparently, like that he did. Nah.
No. I like...
Maybe like veneers or something like that. But I don't want them to look really crazy.
Yeah, like giant horse teeth.
Right.
Hey, everybody!
Like, I don't want to do
like
gigantic
fucking Steve Harvey.
But that's about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I got a crooked head. I'm good.
You got what?
My head is lopsided. I know it is. I'm fine with it.
What can I do?
It is.
Can you correct my head?
Like,
no.
My skull? Nah, I don't want y'all to go digging into my fucking skull. Nah.
We trying to fix that? Like, nah. You know what? I'm good, actually.
Yeah. I've grown to accept it. It's all right. No, I don't need no plastic surgery.
I would never get plastic surgery to have abs.
No. That's just... No.
Here's a secret.
That's just lazy.
It is. It's super lazy. Here's just like a side note. You don't really need abs if you're fucking jacked.
That's true.
You really don't. Like, just work on your chest.
Pratt,
like just work on your chest and your arms and your like your lats or whatever in your back. You don't need abs.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you want abs, you just want abs so you don't have to wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Like, if you're wearing a shirt and you're just fucking jacked up top,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows until you take your shirt off.
Look, do like me. Work out hard, watch your diet, buy mediums.
Just buy little ass shirts.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's what it's like. You're wearing a medium shirt. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, like, you go see these games. Like, fuck that noise. Not wearing a big billowing shirt. You ever seen Demetrius on the show? That nigga don't know any space between his sleeve and his arm.
6'2", 220 something pounds. That nigga wears mediums.
Yeah.
Because he goes to the gym every fucking day.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't begrudge him. I would never look, those like big bodybuilding dudes who wear like big billowing shirts. No.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, yo. Nah, you seen every line that I worked hard for. Fuck that. Well, look how tight that guy's shirt is. Yeah, I'll throw you through a plain glass window. Get the fuck out of here. No, fuck that noise. Nah, I have to say though, post surgery where him like totally like finished, like that looks pretty good. Like surgery wise,
the surgery is impressive, but he ain't work for it.
Yeah, you didn't do nothing for it. But like, okay, they just sculpted down the fat. So when you just gain weight back because you clearly don't know how to manage your body to get abs, the fat is just gonna be like, it's just gonna fucking take right over, and it's probably gonna look awful. Yeah. Why don't you just draw them on with a pencil at that point? You fucking knucklehead.
Dude, they're insecure.
Yeah, dude. You need help. You need, I guess, Jesus. I don't know. It seems weird. All right. Yeah, don't do that. All right. Trailers this week, and then we're gonna get out of here. Terrence, you were super impressed by the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Tell us why you liked it.
What?
Oh, was I lying?
Yeah, I don't think that's true. No, this looks stupid. Like, I mean, it's for kids, which is fine.
Yeah.
Got the old fucking, what's his name? Cyclops in it.
Yeah. James Marsden.
He's relegated to fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, which is probably gonna be better than X-Men.
100%.
Now, look. Jim Carrey is playing like super crazy Jim Carrey. That's fine. I have nothing good to say about this movie. It just looks terrible. Like the CG looks awful.
I think the CG looks so unbelievably bad compared to Pikachu, Detective Pikachu.
Like what the fuck?
I did see somewhere where they were like, Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movie are gearing up for the Smash Brothers cinematic universe, which I thought was pretty.
They doing a Mario movie too?
A what?
A Mario movie is coming soon, right?
At some point, I don't know when.
In the next couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just doesn't. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's almost looked like a joke to me when I saw the trailer.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it looks like it's solidly for kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're aiming for. They're not aiming for old school Sega Sonic fans. That being said, I think it was a mistake, at least from what I can tell right now. I think it was a mistake not getting Jaleel White to do the voice. I really do. Like this guy's voice is fine, but I think if you had that classic Sonic voice, I think people would have even forgiven the look, which people don't seem to like. I think they would have forgiven it if you had that voice. If he was like, does anybody want to eat chili dogs? Like, I think people would be like,
he doesn't eat a chili dog or something like that in the movie. I don't know. This does not look good to me. I am not interested at all. I mean, by the end, they have the old Dr. Eggman look.
When did he go from Dr. Robotnik to Dr. Eggman?
No, that's what he's called in Japan.
He's Dr. Eggman?
In Japan, yeah. And Dr. Robotnik in America.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. It's not. It said every hero has a genesis, and I rolled my eyes until. Oh wow! I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I was like, "You got to be fucking kidding me! Are you serious? Are you kidding
every
me?"
Every hero has a genesis.
Like,
fuck off!
Wow! Really?
Oh, where was that at?
Yeah, this doesn't. I have no desire to see this. This does not look good. And didn't the director say he's gonna look different when the movie comes out? They're gonna change his look.
Yeah, because so many people were
like,
shitting on the
fuck?
design.
Look, I don't give a fuck about the design, honestly. He just doesn't look good. Like CG wise, it just looks.
It looks cheap.
Yeah.
I am kind of amazed in how well Detective Pikachu characters look.
Yeah.
In comparison to this, it's kind of baffling actually.
And it looks like it has more of a budget.
Oh,
because you can tell, like when you have trailers where there's like nothing on screen beside like maybe 3 or 4 things at a time. Like he's on a long stretch of highway.
Yeah,
that means your budget is very low.
Yeah, generally.
So, yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited for this.
When does this come out? November?
Who cares? Who gives a shit? No, people are going to see it, and I don't know why. But I'm interested to see what the new design is. Like every hero has a genesis that is an obnoxious fucking line. Like it really is. I didn't even notice that. I think I probably zonked out like at that point. I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Some people are excited. And you know, it's fine.
I mean, I think I saw Micah was saying like he thought the design was really good. He really liked the voice, and he said he was pretty pumped.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
No, I'm totally kidding.
Like I really have no idea.
Just trying to throw him under the bus before the end of the show.
But it just does not look good to me.
Yeah,
even if it is for children, like throw some more money behind it. Goddamn it, it's Sonic.
Yeah,
he's an icon in video games.
Yep. Once again,
Brad,
a
bunch of terrible fucking movies games over the last 20 plus years, but who knows?
Once again, Brad will be happy to give his superiority to saying that Sonic is a shitty character after seeing this trailer.
I can't. This is not helping.
No, it really isn't.
Doesn't help the pro Sonic people.
No,
this looks terrible.
Absolutely. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys next week for another episode.
Take it easy.
Bye. You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.